Hello, and welcome. Today, I'll be comparing the difference between the Samsung Tab Active 3 and the Samsung Tab Active 5, Non-Pro Edition. I do want to put in a disclaimer that both of these tablets that I do have are Wi-Fi only. So, take it with a grain of salt if you're expecting the difference between the cellular versions of the two. Other than that, let's get started. From the physical difference, the Active Tab 3 has a plastic feel around it. But, with the Active 5, you get a grippy feel on the back of the cover, giving you more grip without the use of gloves. With the Active 3, it started with Android 10 with 3 generations of OS upgrades as well as 5 years of security updates. However, for the Active 5, it comes with 4 generations of OS upgrades and 5 years of security updates. For business use, this can be a crucial information because you want to have a reliable ecosystem to whatever work lifestyle you are dealing with. As for the chipset, the Active 3 uses the Exynos 9810, which is found on the Samsung Galaxy S9 series, Note 9, and Note 10 Lite, while the Active 5 uses Exynos 1380, which is also found on the Samsung Tab S9 FE series, A54, A26 and A35 5G version. I use 3D Mark as a benchmarking tool to see the overall performance between the two. With the Active 3, it pulls off fairly well for a flagship chipset from 2018. As you can see, although it doesn't look like much of a gap as you may have expected from these results, it's actually quite good in my opinion. However, with the stress test that I did, not only is the Active 5 more stable, it is also more power efficient thanks to their 5nm process node, compared to the 10nm the Exynos 9810 has. In the real world usage, depending on what you're doing in the work field, you're going to have less inconvenient time charging your devices and spending more time getting things done with the Active 5 compared to the Active 3. Also, in the score rating from the Active 5 and UL benchmark in 3D Mark performance, it would be in 79th place in the best tablet category, which can beat certain devices that have a Snapdragon 855 chipset, which is also the competitor to the Exynos 9820. As for the Active 3, it would land in 83rd place, beating the one tablet that has a Snapdragon 778G chipset, which may have also beaten the Tab Active 4 Pro, if applicable to this test. In 3D Mark Extreme on the Active 5, it would be placed in 73rd place, beating the Apple devices that has a A10 chipset or slower. Unfortunately, for the Active 3, it cannot do it because of its lack of hardware features that it has. Also, here's an example that I'll show you that'll reveal its performance level between the two in the gaming department.
Captain on bridge. Hawkeye calling. Yeah. Yeah. 今こそ裁きの時。待ってたの？私もよ。私のギャラは安くないわよなんてね。 崩壊降臨今こそ裁きの時ハートを狙い撃つわよ変わるの私のギャラは安くないわよなんてね。
As you can see, from that game alone, the Active 5 can showcase its better overall performance from its gaming department. It is still a very demanding game, and if were for business use, multitasking and multiple traffics coming in, especially if it's retail, can be a substantial improvement to your workflow. Then, I tested out Geekbench 6 to see how both tablets perform under CPU and GPU workloads. In the CPU benchmark, you're getting a very good gap between these two devices. In OpenCL, despite the invalid result from the Active 3, you can tell that both of these devices fight in certain GPU tasks. However, in Vulkan, the Active 3 outperforms the Active 5 in that benchmark. How does the flagship chipset from 2018 beat the Exynos 1380? I honestly have no idea, but it was quite the surprise nonetheless. Anyways, both of these devices have very good displays. Both of them run at 1920 by 1200 resolution in 16 by 10 format. By comparing these displays, the Active 5 has a brighter display compared to the Active 3. As for the audio, both of them are single down firing speaker with a headphone jack. For the speakers, here's a quick gamma play that'll test the audio quality from both of these devices. From the Active 5, it is more louder and has clearer audio than the Active 3. But, the Active 3 can still be heard clearly despite how loud both of these devices are. As for the cameras, here are some shots and videos that'll compare between the two. As you can see, there's an upgrade between the camera section as well. Now, for the price of the Active 5, it costs $500 in the US and $600 for the cellular version without tax. Is it worth the upgrade from the Active 3 to the Active 5? That entirely depends on your situation. If you're gonna use it as a personal device instead of work related stuff, the Active 5 showcases its overall performance in the tablet department. Although there are many other selections that may offer better than this device, it comes down to your preference and needs to help give you the overall best experience down the line. That'll be the review of the Active 3 and the Active 5 to help showcase you its performance. Thanks for stopping by.